Sag, it's been a while. I'm finally back to do your reading for September. If you don't know, I had my baby on June 30th, and so that's why the videos have been a little less than consistent, but we're getting them back on schedule. And so yeah, if you want to make sure that you are in the know whenever I upload, make sure you're subscribed, and then make sure you hit the notification bell right next to it so that you are notified when I upload for your sign and any other content that I have ready for you. Okay, I had to pull my hair up because it was just doing way too much, and it's humid and it was just doing too much for me. Okay, so throughout your September, you are going to be having to focus on the dynamics of yourself as an individual, who you are as a Sagittarius. Now, naturally, Sagittarius is definitely all about standing out from the crowd, finding your place in life, and kind of just, going with that, So standing out from the crowd is definitely something that you guys naturally do. You guys naturally have like this warmth to you that draws people in, and so that's what you're going to be kind of embracing throughout your September. Now keep in mind, with this type of energy, you also may have some encounters with a father figure, being that you're showing your outer self and you're focusing on your ego. So you may have some issues with a father or paternal figure in your life also kind of come into the picture, okay? So let's just go ahead and get started. As you can see, I already have your past, present, and future. So in your past, we have the Hierophant card. This could definitely be a Taurus, or this could be saying that you were really focused on the institution of something, whether this was a marriage, whether this was a job or school, something that's very structured. And I think even for some of you, it could have been yourself. Like you're trying to really get yourself back into some type of structure that maybe you've been lacking. But it seems as though that was what your past was dealing with. Past being August or even prior to that. Four of Wands. Okay, so yeah, for a lot of you, it definitely could have been a marriage or some type of relationship that has to do with your domestic life, right? And I think you were focused on the well-being of having a happy home. Ace of Swords in reverse. There could have been dishonesty that was in the picture for some reason. I don't know if this is on your end. It's almost like someone has to make a judgment on if they needed to just be upfront about something. Who is being dishonest? Sun, Moon, Rising. Who's being dishonest in the past for Sagittarius? It's a Capricorn. So someone wasn't being completely honest, or maybe you needed to be honest with the Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. What were they not being honest about? What are they not being honest about? We got three cards. So we got the Magician's card in reverse. So maybe someone was lying about what resources that they had. Maybe they were saying they didn't have something and they did. Then we have the Knight of Swords. So with this being said, there could have been a trip that was unexpected that came into the picture, or this is talking about a person. Then this is a person who's very enthusiastic about their ideas and they want to just tell you stuff, and they can maybe be really quick-minded. Like one day they're focused on this and the next day they're focused on something totally different. That could definitely be someone that you were dealing with, or maybe it was something to that effect. And then lastly, we have the the King of Swords. And so this could be an Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. I'm leaning a little bit more towards Aquarius. And this could have been maybe someone wasn't being completely, maybe this Aquarius or maybe this air sign was what the Capricorn was hiding from you, or they weren't being completely honest about that situation that deals with an air sign. It also seems like this could be a Capricorn Aquarius cusp. So if you have someone like that in your life, this could be the person that you're dealing with. So I'm not really seeing anything too bad about that, but if it was something that didn't help you in the long run, then it is something bad. So let's go ahead and see what advice I can give you in this situation if you're still dealing with it. Okay, so we got two cards, so two pieces of information. The first one is the Eight of Pentacles, okay? So you need to learn how to put your soul into whatever you're working on. You need to engage the two. You need to merge your talent, your skill to whatever you're working on. There needs to be some type of merging between the two, okay? So that's the first piece of advice. And then the second is the Two of Swords here at the bottom. So instead of reacting the way you normally would, like instead of just going based off of your instincts on how to react to something, you need to take a more reflective approach. You need to really, assess the situation and then react. So basically just don't do something without thinking before you do it, okay? So make sure you're keeping yourself aligned so that you don't just react instead of really looking at the situation and then going about it. And then also make sure you're adding your skills and your talent to a certain situation, which could probably make the situation a little bit more dear to your heart. So then when you are reacting to something in that situation, you're going to react in a way that you don't want to mess everything up because you actually care about it. Does that make sense? If you're working on something that you care nothing about, you're not going to care if you go off and you lose the job, or you go off on this person and you lose that friendship, or whatever the case may be, because you actually care about it, okay? So put those two things together and work through that situation. Okay, now in your present, this is during your September, we have the 7 of Wands, okay? And it came out sideways. 7 of Wands is all about courage. It's all about doing something that you feel you cannot take on, going against the odds, going against the grain. David and Goliath, if you want to think of it in that way. You're going to get something that you feel is too much for you to handle. You feel like you cannot conquer it. Now, the beauty of the 7 of Wands is you can conquer it. You just have to do it. You have to believe in yourself. It's just going to be a task, to get through it, because it is bigger than you, but it's not something that you cannot conquer. Now, what is this dealing with? What is the 7 of Wands energy? What are you conquering in your September? 9 of Cups. So being comfortable. I think right now you're very comfortable in your situation, but your being comfortable is not fulfilling you anymore. And I think whether it's, how much you're getting paid, what job you do, or, it's something about like, okay, things are comfortable, but you want more. And so it's going to be a task for you, especially if you're a Sagittarius who doesn't like change, which, it can be a task if you don't like change, but you need change. So it's scary for you. It's like you're stepping out of your comfort zone. But I think it'll be very, very beneficial. What part of Sagittarius life are they trying to step out of their comfort zone? Ace of Pentacles. So it's definitely a job situation. You want to find a new job. You may want to find your career. You may want to start working on your passion. This is also saying that you may want to go into a new, domestic living situation, whether it's building a family or finding a new house or moving somewhere new. It's something very domestic, and also dealing with your job as well, okay? So who could this be involving if there are any zodiac signs? I like to see, who's around the situation with Sagittarius. Okay, so we got one card, Scorpio. Sun, moon, or rising. Some of you are dealing with a Scorpio. That card could also be saying you're dealing with an ending to something so that you can start something new, because it is the Death card. How to deal with this new transition that you need to embark on, but you may be a little afraid to. What can Sagittarius do to benefit themselves? So your advice is the 9 of Pentacles. Fertility and prosperity are going to be the two things that anchor you down in this piece of advice. So you need to enjoy the fruits of your labor. You need to work on appreciating yourself for what you do. You need to go somewhere where you feel like you get the right pay for your services. You need to kind of put yourself on a higher pedestal when it comes to your work life, so that you can really feel rewarded whenever you're doing your work, even if you don't like it. If you're getting paid a decent amount and you're getting paid something where you can actually live a comfortable life, that's different from what you were doing before, then that's something to be appreciated and celebrated. But you have to have something that makes you feel that, you know what I mean? And so do what you got to do to get to that next point, okay? No matter how uncomfortable it may feel, you can do this. Remember, 7 of Wands is all about aiming higher and going for what you want. Aiming higher is what Sagittarius is all about. Going to the unknown, having that adventure unfold unexpectedly, having opportunity knock on your door and saying, come in. You know what I'm saying? You have to take it in, though, and you have to know that you can do it, because it's really not that big of a deal, but it just feels so crazy because you're stepping out of the comfort zone that you've had for however long you've had it, okay? But know that as a Sagittarius, as a fire sign, we're about action, and sometimes you just gotta do it. You know what I mean? Just go out there and fucking do it, okay, Sagittarius? All right, so moving into your future, we have the Fool card. So what I like about the Fool card, remember how we were just talking about going out there and doing it, right? Now, the Fool card is all about having this new journey, this new pathway that you're embarking in. And you can be naive and have like some mishaps with it, but the beauty of this energy, this card, is starting something new and building a whole new horizon for yourself. And that's so Sagittarian like, you know what I mean? Just going onto a new horizon and exploring the unexpected and understanding the unknown and finding your place within that. This has you written all over it, but you have to go out and do it. You won't even get to this new journey, this new adventure, without allowing yourself to move forward and start something new during September. If you don't do this in September, in October, you're not going to have this new journey. Now, what is this new journey going to be involving in your October? All right, so we have quite a few cards, okay? So the first thing that I'm seeing here is the Hermit card. So you may be dealing with a Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Rising Virgo. This also could be saying that within this journey, you're going to find so much inner wisdom that you didn't even know you had. So for some of you, you may find this energy and this wisdom by being alone, going on this new adventure on your own, kind of being one deep, if you will. But for some of you, it's just about having that inner wisdom that you figure out because you went on this new journey. And then for some of you, you may just have a Virgo around you to help you through this journey. You may meet a Virgo who ends up being very important to you in your life. Then we have the King of Pentacles here. So you'll find more stability within yourself. You'll find more confidence when it comes to you being financially stable. You know, you'll find a way to be more structured in your stability, having a little bit more control over what's happening in your day-to-day life. Then we have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So you may have to depend on someone in your October financially. Like you may have to stay with someone at their house, or you may have to ask to borrow, you know, have a little loan from someone. And it'll be a secured transaction, but you may start to feel trapped or bored in this situation. It's almost like you want to get away, you want to go out there and fly and do your own thing, but you have responsibilities that are holding you back. So that may be also what comes in that unknown adventure. And then 10 of Cups, things are going to be good. Everything's going to be positive. There's not much, you know, things that I can say about that. Now, I do want to see with this Nine of Pentacles, let's get a little bit deeper with that. What responsibilities do you feel like are holding you back in your future? Five of Swords. So there's either someone in your background, someone that's kind of sort of attached to you, something maybe like a situation where you didn't necessarily close the door all the way in that part of your life, like you still need closure. There's also something that maybe needs to be talked about as far as it needs to, again, with closure. You need something to be done about a certain situation that you have not ended completely yet in your life. Yeah, Three of Cups, it could have involved a cheating situation, or maybe being honest about some type of third-party situation, or maybe some type of friend in your group that you need to be honest with. And then we also have the Eight of Cups. So this is something that you need to kind of, you know, go and do. You need to go ahead and get this off your chest. You need to go ahead and embrace the vulnerability that it takes to reveal whatever this may be. With the Five of Wands, this could involve some type of argument or some type of conflict because of the situation that you need to be responsible for. Scorpio card in reverse, the Death card in reverse. It may cause an ending, but there definitely will be a rebirth of a situation. Whether you end up not talking to this person ever again, whether you end up starting over with this person, whether you have to start over with them letting you gain their trust again. There's so many ways that this can turn out, but there's going to be a renewal of the situation for sure. Definitely could be involving your love life. This is one of those down moments. Remember, in love, it's all about up and down, love and hate. It's the same thing. It's just a different side of the coin. But it's going to be one of those down moments. So that's the responsibility you're going to be having to take care of. And with this Pisces energy, this Hangman card, this is telling me that you're going to have to look at the situation and just wait a little while and then, you know, make your decision on what you're going to do about it. But you have to get it out there in the open and then let everything settle and then make your move. Who could this be dealing with in October? Who could be coming their way? Okay, so we got Pisces. So it definitely could be dealing with a Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising. All right, and we did say Virgo in the beginning. Now, what advice? Oh, it came out very easily. 8 of Cups. This is the second time we've seen this in your future, the 8 of Cups. So the advice is to have a journey with your heart. You have to sacrifice your defense mechanisms, and you need to be a little bit more vulnerable in this situation in your future. The way that you're going to be able to move forward with whatever that situation is that you have to take responsibility for, you have to put it out on the table, and you kind of have to just let it be known. You cannot be defensive, especially if you were the person who committed something, who did something wrong to the other person. You know, it's like you can't get mad if you're the one who did it. You have to kind of own up to it. Put your swords down, meaning don't try to fight. Really just get it out there and experience what it feels like. You may go through some sad moments. You may go through amazing moments with this journey that you're allowing your heart to go through. But you have to sacrifice your defenses and let whatever the journey may be, just let it unravel. And you just be a part of it. You be the witness for it, but just let it happen, okay? And then be responsible and take accountability for the things that you need to take accountability for. And I think things will turn out very well for you. That's it for this reading, my dear Sagittarius. If you would like to have a personalized reading from me, yours truly, then you can email me at lovefromaleo@gmail.com. You can also like this video so you can, help me get my videos out there to more people who need to hear messages like this. Share the video if you would like to. That helps me out so much. If you would like to see other types of videos, go ahead and comment them down in the comment section down below. And then also, last but not least, make sure you are subscribed, okay? Make sure you have that notification bell hit so that you always are updated on whenever I'm uploading something for you or any other type of content that I have that can help your soul in any type of way, okay? Thank you so much for watching this video. I truly enjoy reading it. I feel very excited for you all, and there's going to be some things happening pretty soon. Just stay strong and be you, okay, Sagittarius? Be you. I'll see you guys in the next video.